For accurate weather forecast and live news, subscribe to our Skymet Weather YouTube channel. Press the bell icon and do not miss on any of our weather news.
Welcome to Skymet. This is the National Weather Bulletin forecast for 5th of September. The highlights of this brief: well-marked cyclonic circulation come up in the Bay of Bengal and shortly a low pressure area over the same region expected. This is going to increase the monsoon activity in the coming days. Possibly next 1 week or so, we'll see increased amount of weather activity over various parts, mostly focused on the central parts of the country. Coming to the day's brief, to start with East and Northeast India, as the system has formed now, circulation has formed, wind pattern has changed, mostly easterly winds are prevailing. The monsoon trough, the eastern end, is shifting southward now and stay so for some time. So therefore, the weather activity will decrease over Northeast India and eastern parts also. Only scattered rain and thundershower can be expected, that to light to moderate intensity. That's over northeastern parts, inclusive of Sikkim, Sub-Himalayan, West Bengal region. This will further improve the flood situation over the northeastern parts, which was there earlier, expanding to lot of villages, lot of area, 6 lakh people affected at one point of time, but then gradually improving now. Even the eastern parts of the country, that's inclusive of West Bengal, Bihar and Jharkhand, will have some light activity only. Nothing significant expected during these 24 hours. Coming to the northern parts of the country, we see earlier there was some cyclonic circulation that's over Uttarakhand, which still persists, but then the monsoon trough is not very straight. It's a little wavy in nature and not very well established. It should be doing so in the next about subsequent 24-48 hours. But now, yes, it is extending from the circulation over Uttarakhand, joining the other one which is there in the bay. The trough is extending, but it's still establishing firmly in the subsequent 24 hours. Weather activity is expected over parts of Uttar Pradesh, light to moderate activity, particularly closer to the foothills, starting with Bareilly, Pilibhit, Bahraich, and then even proximity of Delhi, covering Meerut, Muzaffarnagar, Aligarh, can also expect some rain and thundershower activity. Delhi can also expect some patchy rains in some parts during these 24 hours, and spilling over to northeast Rajasthan. That's once again the same area of previous 24 hours. That's Dholpur, Alwar, Savai Madhopur up to Jaipur, and then maybe a little further extending to southern parts or so. The most parts of Punjab, I don't expect any significant weather, and so will be West Rajasthan and even hills of Himachal Pradesh and Jammu Kashmir, little activity. Uttarakhand, yes, Dehradun and Pantnagar, Rudraprayag, including Mussoorie, Nainital, can expect some rain and thundershower activity, not very intense. The central parts of the country once again remain focus of this. The confluence zone, because of the presence of circulation in the Bay of Bengal, that remains and actually extends and covers some more parts. We can expect rain and thundershower activity over parts of Orissa, a little away from the coastline, and parts of Chhattisgarh also. Once again, the focus will be central and the southern parts, inclusive of Ambikapur, Durg, Raipur, and then Sukma, Dantewada region in the south. Parts of Madhya Pradesh, earlier it was only eastern parts of Madhya Pradesh. This activity will extend to even western parts and some northern parts also. Over the eastern parts, even up to Jabalpur, Umaria, Seoni, Mandla, Chhindwara, this pocket, and extending to the central parts, including the capital city Bhopal, Vidisha, Rajgarh, and then in the north, even up to Gwalior, Guna, Shivpuri, Ashoknagar can expect rain and thundershower activity. Parts of Gujarat are not likely to have significant activity. As we saw yesterday itself, the circulation had shifted to Pakistan region. Nothing very significant, only feeble trough is there off the coast of Konkan, which is extending to South Gujarat. So coastal parts of Gujarat can expect, Surat, Navsari, Valsad can expect some light moderate rain shower activity, but other parts of Gujarat not significant at all. Light activity can't be ruled out over these parts. Parts of Maharashtra, yes, once again because of the same zone, convergence zone which is forming. Maharashtra Earlier only Vidarbha was there, that's Nagpur, Chindwara, Nagpur and adjoining part Chandrapur, Washim Barda, it was there Amravati. Now it will extend to parts of even Marathwada also, which will be Hingoli, Beed, Jalna, this is the pocket, and then even some parts of North Madhya Maharashtra inclusive of Nasik, Ahmednagar can expect rain thunder shower. Trough of the coast remains feeble, that's of Konkan region, so light rainfall only expected over inclusive of Mumbai region and its southern suburbs extending to Palghar and Ratnagiri, Sindhudar, Raigad area. Lastly, the southern parts of the country, the circulation which earlier was there of Andhra Pradesh and North Tamil Nadu coast in the Bay of Bengal, that is subsumed by the well-marked circulation which is there, which I mentioned over parts of Northwest and West Central Bay. This will lead to another low pressure area shortly in the 24 hours. So, with these features, there is a trough extending from this running along the coast, that's up to parts of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. We can expect rain thunder shower over Andhra Pradesh, over Telangana, over parts of Tamil Nadu also. Over Andhra Pradesh, it could be the coastal parts also, right up to Kakinada, Machilipatnam and Vizag, interiors of Telangana, Khammam, Warangal, Adilabad, even Ramagundam, Hyderabad can expect rain and thunder shower activity. And then parts of Andhra Pradesh, along with that the Rayalaseema region and south interior Karnataka, Bangalore also stands a chance to have some showers. The city has been having these activity for the last couple of days, and then possibly it will continue for a day or two more before it subsides. Parts of Tamil Nadu, especially the capital city Chennai, can again expect some showers, and it can even roll over to the interior parts also, but light to moderate in nature. Activity over Kerala is not likely to pick up, but coastal Karnataka, yes, Karwar, Harnai, Mangalore can expect some moderate showers during these 24 hours. Overall, the monsoon is going to pick up over the country as such, focus mainly on the central parts, and the rainfall activity otherwise is going to increase gradually from east to west, starting with Orissa and traveling right up to Gujarat in the coming days. That's the weather forecast from Skymet. Keep watching for latest information with us. Thank you.
Keep your family healthy by downloading Skymet AQI app and tracking air pollution of your location in real time.